Hi, it's Christina with the Sisyphean Journal. Today is March 11th, and we are looking at a death that, if it happened today, it would be dismissed as all surgery has risks. But because it happened in 1929, we have to be hysterical and blame the legal status of abortion instead of blaming the status of medicine at the time. On February 13th of 1929, 30-year-old homemaker named Catherine went to the office of 51-year-old Chicago midwife Anna Heisler for an abortion. According to one of Catherine's friends, she was seeking an abortion because, quote, she had 3 children and her husband was out of work and she could not support another one, and that her husband was sickly. And Frank later admitted that he did take his wife to the abortionist. Now, afterward, Catherine took sick at home. Her friend assisted the midwife in providing aftercare, but that did nothing to help. Now, you have to remember, this was 1929. They could not give her antibiotics. There weren't any. Catherine's husband called a doctor to report that his wife was in a lot of pain, and the doctor told Catherine that she was near death. She reportedly responded with, "What will my children do?" Really a very sad situation. A few days later, on March 11th, Catherine died from infection. And prior to her death, she made a statement implicating Heisler. Heisler was charged with murder by abortion. On July 20th of 1929, she was sentenced to Joliet Penitentiary for manslaughter. Heisler immediately appealed, but unsuccessfully, and she was sentenced to 14 years in the penitentiary. Now, she had been convicted of murder by abortion in 1919 and sentenced to 25 years, but freed after the Supreme Court reversed the decision due to an error in the indictment. Now, again, first of all, I would want to see her get help with her situation, with her sickly husband, with the 3 children. Unfortunately, there weren't pregnancy help centers at the time, but there were Catholic charities that had homes for unwed mothers, and one of them might have been willing to provide Catherine with some help. But yeah, again, if the status of the abortion had been legal, nothing would have changed here, because the midwife had medical training. She was doing the best she knew how to do. This was an infection. This wasn't poking a hole in the uterus. There's no antibiotics. So, very sad. I wish Catherine had done something that would have led her to be around her children and welcome the 4th baby. If she was going to resort to an abortion, I wish there had been antibiotics to give her. But very sad case indeed.